southern winds.
And then the door slams open, and the chef looks up.
And who is it?
You see several men walk in a line.
In a line.
They're
It's the crew of the SS Stormbringer or whatever. Clearly.
Stormcutter.
Stormcutter.
It's 4 people. They're all wearing sort of long black coats with a hood up, and each one is wearing a full face metal mask.
Not suspicious at all.
These are the anti trench coats, the nega trench coats.
No, our Cassandra probably knows who they are, having grown up in Central Rupa. These people are Jorah agents or Jorah soldiers. You would basically call them an unofficial multinational secret police that are generally extremely racist towards non-Mani.
Well, that's gonna be
awkward.
Oh, that's
basically, this is like a group of people who are like Mani supremacists who are like
KKK
against the Suli. Is their primary stated goal. They're against the Republic of Sulis.
Okay, and no one knows that except for Cassandra right now, at least.
I mean, we're all kind of suspicious about the guys in the metal mask.
Sure.
I'm going to not react to them barging in and just be like,
I am going to keep eating for now, but I'll watch them. I mean, out of the corner of my eye.
I'm going to be watching them, and I'll slow down my eating.
One of them...
Andrea, do you know these people?
One of them gives gestures to the other, pointing them... He sort of gestures to 2 and points some of them towards you, and then the other patrons. And then they split up and walk towards each group.
Really? I wonder if they're just looking for information.
You've got to leave them alone.
Curious. And to respond to Amy, not personally, no.
So there's 2
Amy
people.
will make sure her hood is up and tuck it down a bit.
There's
Totally not look suspicious, and is totally at the end of the booth.
There's 2 people approaching us?
Yes, there are 2 people approaching you, wearing full.
She will look as
actually,
small and childlike as she can against Cassandra.
Sydney's from the Avrupa area. I look towards him, and I look towards him, to see his reaction, just in general.
He looks concerned. He says, "It's the order of Jorah. Best to keep your head down. Try not to cause any trouble.
That looks okay.
Don't get on their bad side."
I spent a fair bit of time. I would have heard of them, right? I would know how to react. I feel.
Well, then you would react with caution.
Yeah, exactly.
It's gonna be... Oh, okay.
So Amy will shrink down against Cassandra's side and look as small and childlike as she can.
I pretty much do likewise with Sydney. Dang it, this is too cutesy! Ah!
Well, maybe your character will look at Amy and be like, "What? I don't want to be like that," and then change.
I guess. I don't want to do change. Dang it!
They come up. One sort of stands behind the other, arms crossed, and the one that comes up straight up to you takes out a notebook and says, "And who are you?"
To who?
Cassandra.
Names and countries.
I'd
Rosa.
kind of like to say my name, but...
Okay.
Wait, if Clicks is on my shoulder, I'm pretty sure it'll translate for me.
Okay.
So I'll just say... Muke from Bayara.
And
Amy will tug on Cassandra's clothes.
Sydney says, "Sydney Gilpin, SS Taksim."
I say, Manuel de Gael, likewise.
Um, um, where was Amy from?
She
West
stays
of Ruka.
silent.
I would like to
She
answer.
would most likely rather it just be wherever you were from.
Eladio or Rosa.
I definitely said Rosa.
Okay.
So, would I have known this for the month or so that I've known her and she's been around me?
Known what?
Yeah.
Where she was from? Yeah, of course.
She'd rather keep her hometown secret as possible.
And I used
No, but
one
you
of
already
my,
knew that. You already knew that.
I used one of my limbs and put like a hand on her, and this is Amy from Rosa as well.
He looks at you and says, "You don't look like you're from Rosa."
It's been a very long time since I've gone back.
And her?
She's been with
Whimpers a
me
little.
ever since I left.
You came in with the ship that just came into port?
Yes, is there trouble with it?
I look up
I'm the
concerned.
one asking the questions here. In
Very
classic
well.
stereotypical fashion.
Oh,
I look up
no.
concerned, then I look towards Sydney when he says, "I'm the one asking the questions here."
I
And
wish I
what's your
could be as
business?
calm and relaxed as Mook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Screw you.
Still eating.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
What?
Still
Oh.
eating.
He's still eating.
Why did you say I wish you were so calm and relaxed though?
He
No,
said,
I
"I
wish
wish
I
I
could
was
be as
calm."
calm and relaxed
Oh.
as Mook.
I was like, what? Okay.
He says, "And what's your business here?"
Was here to find someone.
And who's that?
Man named Milo.
Last name? He's taking notes while he asks these questions, by the way.
Hmm.
Do I even remember his last name?
Yeah, it was Kuza. Emilio Kuza.
By the way, I meant to ask this earlier, but the time sort of passed. When they mentioned the SS Storm Rider, Breaker,
Stormcutter.
Stormcutter.
am I like, have I heard of that vessel because of like the cultural familiarity of Ruben Sea people or whatever? Or
It would probably actually be like a current affairs skill.
oh.
But you've heard the name before, but not much more than that.
Current affairs, not area knowledge.
Hmm.
Or maybe area
I
knowledge.
mean, current affairs if it had come up in recent news, but
Whatever.
I say Emilio Accusa.
He says, "Very well. Don't leave town." And then he walks out, or he walks away with the other guy.
they
This all
questioned the
through
other
the
two people
mask.
in here.
Yeah, it looks like the other two were questioned by
It's
the
funny
other.
because I feel like Sydney was like the most threatening appearance-wise of the group, and yet he didn't
Mhm.
question him at all. That's awesome. So I say to Sydney, do you think the ship's okay? What was that all about?
It's probably fine. They just like to bully people.
Hmm.
What did he mean by "don't leave town"?
That is something I'm curious of as well.
I
Do
couldn't
you want to
say.
keep an eye on us?
Maybe. But they're naturally suspicious of anyone who isn't money.
Hmm. Well,
Money, 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 money.
Anyway, since like it's just us now,
wait, no.
I'm gonna.
Did that woman leave yet?
No, the other two. Still in.
Okay.
I want to.
Amy will peer out
She-
and see how the other two are faring.
It looks like they were questioned in a similar manner, and then left alone.
I want to discreetly see if there's anything wrong with the food that was given to us.
Okay,
We've
how
already
do you
eaten a
that?
lot of it, so.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I've probably eaten
Sydney
like
goes
a-
back to eating those somewhat more slowly.
It turns out Clicks has eaten everything in the meantime.
Clearly not
Clicks doesn't actually eat.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about clicks.
Well, I mean, in a
He
sense, if
just
you.
translated for Muke.
No.
Yeah, actually, come to think of it, that wouldn't have happened. Clicks would probably have hidden there, and someone else would have had to translate.
Yeah, he wasn't there.
Yeah. Well, I probably just would have.
But yeah, in a sense, if you forget about Clicks, I'll just sort of assume that it's off somewhere, because it does that.
If clicks isn't speaking, he's not there.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's right around my
He's
shoulder,
got a
but-
permanent spell on him that only makes him visible when speaking.
No, clicks just runs off a lot.
Okay.
I mean, it's there most of the time, but
He does. He.
Okay, well they're gone now, right? So I mean, so
Yeah.
so was Cassandra wanted to was observing the food, right? Okay, never mind.
But actually, shortly after that, clicks. Never mind. Yeah, go ahead.
shortly after that, Clicks.
The chef comes back with the other two and says, "Don't worry about that. They come in here a lot."
I have to ask, is there any reason they don't want us to leave town?
You'd have. I mean. The chef says, "How should I know?"
Detect lies.
Do they usually tell people not to leave town?
Sometimes, if they're interested in them.
This is the first time Amy's talking to this person, right?
Yep.
Okay, good.
How
I wonder
unfortunate.
what makes us so special then.
How unfortunate that we're gathering attention.
Oh.
The longer we stay, the more attention we'll gather, I wager.
And eventually one of them will have to take action.
How does? I don't know if this is probably not. How does the food taste?
After you've eaten half of it,
Do you want to know if it's poisoned or?
No, I want to know
are you
how it
just like-
tastes. I want to know
Is
if
it
it's
any
good.
good?
Fine.
Fine.
It's like mediocre. It's not amazing. I mean, it's like pub food.
wait,
I'll say,
shoveled through your mouth, and you're like,
I'll say-
wait, I'm about to taste it.
I'll say the food is good, thank you. I say to him.
He says, "I'm glad. Now eat up." And he puts down the other two plates and walks away.
It's mostly just like
They
rice.
seem to order people around a lot. Do people often give commands to people they don't know around these parts?
I give her this look like I'm a thrall. What do you want from me?
Well, things like sit there, don't leave, eat up, tell this guy he's looking. It's all very disconcerting.
I shovel some more into my mouth.
I'm gonna wait until everyone sees
Sydney says as he in the middle of the mouthful, like, "You'll get used to it."
You'll get used to it. No, he doesn't say
Get
you'll.
used to it.
No, yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. He doesn't say you'll get used to it. He says get used to it.
Yeah, sure.
Amy doesn't yet touch her food.
Is there any specific reason?
Because Cassandra hasn't yet touched her food.
I finish up and then I assume Muke's.
Start eating Cassandra's.
I'm probably nearly done by now.
Yeah, okay. I'm about half done. Sydney's probably the same.
Yeah. You notice that
Did my-
the woman is just slipping out the door.
Okay. I like sort of like signal Cassandra and point like nod towards the door.
Yes, seems it's time for us to go.
Cool. Okay, well I'll quickly shovel the remainder in my mouth, and if not, whatever.
I'm gonna just like glance at Clicks.
Hey, I ain't talking, so I don't
Make that
exist. You
sarcastic.
see?
Okay, so I'm gonna.
Okay.
I mean, I'm gonna drop the amount
Is
of
there?
just the amount of coin on the
Yeah.
table, an amount of coin on the table, and then I'm just gonna move to leave, like sort of like going like type thing.
Well,
Uh,
Foster comes out of the kitchen
Amy-
about this time and says, "That's probably too much."
Okay, I pick up half of it and put it back in my pocket.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I move to leave, and basically this is one of these moments where my curiosity is getting the best of me. I say, I basically say to the group, she's leaving. Should we not go? Type thing. And basically,
Amy gets up and will follow Cassandra.
When you motioned, I was getting up and like leaving already.
Okay.
Oh, Amy's already leaving then.
Well,
Yeah, no, I think we're all leaving.
okay.
I just expected you to do whatever you were doing back there and like to follow us eventually.
Okay. I was well.
Now decide.
I thought you guys wanted your food, but no.
Oh no,
Well, I'm done.
Okay.
I'm wary of things right now. Let's see if I can't get
Thank
my
you for
old
paying me,
espionage
Wade.
skills.
Actually-
So as you step out, or as you're exiting, you see it's getting dark now. Sydney says, "I'm gonna go report back to the ship. Don't try not to be back too late."
I sort of look concerned that he's leaving.
Remember not to leave.
I sort of look concerned that he's leaving the group.
Um,
But I say,
Uh,
okay, we'll be right back. And then yeah. So where did that woman go?
well, you don't see her at the moment. As you guys exit the who leaves last, let's say.
Who leaves last? I wasn't planning to.
If it wasn't
Amy's
Sydney,
right behind
if it
Cassandra,
wasn't Sydney,
so
I guess it was
probably
me.
not.
If it wasn't Sydney, I guess
Okay.
it was.
As you're about to step out the door, the man says, the man who was sitting with the newspaper says, "You were looking for Milo, right? I saw him last night down by the warehouses. He looked pretty beat up."
I say, oh, thank you, sir. And I say to Cassandra exactly what that guy just said.
Hmm.
The docks, then.
The docks
The
is
docks are
always
rather large.
the docks are always a lead at this point. But what of that woman?
I'm gonna sort of like barge my way out and look around, see if I can still see her.
I mean,
You
if
can see her.
we can see her.
Sorry.
We can see her.
You can see a figure down the street walking.
Okay, can I? Oh, I'll say. How about? He said he saw him last night and beat up. Say, well, how about I follow her? How about me and Muke follow her, and you two go check out the guy in the docks? Well, we can meet up. We can meet up on the ship in about an hour.
I'd
As
rather us all stay together.
Yes.
Yeah.
as you saying this, let's hmm.
Hey gang, let's split up and look for clues.
Yeah.
That's never gone wrong in the past.
Well, Cassandra.
I'm gonna. If no one's gonna do anything,
We're waiting on you, Crimson, because you were
Yeah.
half finished with a sentence.
you're kind
I
of.
know I'm reading something right now. Let's see if I can't do this. Going to sense mind greater at the woman to read her mind.
Awkward.
Okay.
Well, okay.
Her current thoughts, basically, probably most likely.
Pretty much.
Okay, so sense is 2, greater times 3. Then for range, you'd probably say what's like 40 meters or 40 yards. Are you guys looking at the table?
What?
40 yards.
That's
Plus
man, she
8.
got far.
It's gonna
Oh,
be
God.
30 points.
Yeah, that's 30 energy.
Wow. That went a lot farther than I thought. I didn't expect her to be that far away. Hmm. I guess that's not feasibly possible right now.
You said she'd get further.
Well, so she's still moving away at this moment in time, and they're trying to figure something
Yeah.
out right now.
Yeah.
I'm basically just gonna
Unless
move.
Amy like casts it, she could probably cast it instantly. I think
Okay,
she has
well,
enough energy for that.
if
Well,
it,
not if it's 30 points.
Well, almost enough. Not quite.
I'm
actually.
just gonna basically move to shadow the woman, kind of
I've
like
got
we're letting her get away.
15.
Kind of like both my curiosity and the moment, sort of like we
Are
gotta
you
go.
following or
guys.
catching up?
I'm shadowing.
So,
Well,
so
there's no crowds here, so it's not exactly shadowing.
No,
Well,
you still use shadowing if it's not a crowd.
Okay.
It's just
I mean, it
it's based for
specifically
killing
state.
people.
I could stealth
No,
if you want.
you're thinking of shadowing to follow people in a crowd because that particular action is mentioned a bunch because a bunch of things give bonuses or penalties to it, but you can still shadow regardless. It's for keeping track of people. It's sort of like observation for following people. You keep track of them without necessarily letting them know you're there. It's like tracking without actually, being that far behind them.
so I still don't
A crowd would
remember.
just give a penalty.
Okay, roll against your shadowing.
Okay, so I actually roll this time. Sweet.
Yep. And it's basically for her not to notice you and for you not to lose her.
Sure.
Aw.
Oh,
Okay.
unfortunately.
Although, I mean, it might be relatively easy, but...
I mean, she might.
As
notice
you're,
but-
as you're following her, she, after a little while, she notices that you're following her, and then she ducks into an alley.
Well, she notices I'm following her, or just notices I'm there.
Yeah,
She
I'm going to be
noticed that you're
following
following her.
her.
Dang.
During that time.
So,
There's 4 of us, so 5 if you count clicks.
She goes into an alley, and I cautiously, like, I rethink myself for a second. I look back towards the group. I kind of shuffle my feet a little bit, and then I go and sort of peer into the alley, like.
Amy goes ahead and runs ahead into the alley.
while they're all doing this, I suddenly remembered the ability to do something. So I'm gonna set mine to track down a specific person I know, which would be him.
Milo, you mean?
You would,
Yeah.
Okay.
you would need a rather large area.
How much energy do you have? Or, I mean, how much energy does this cost?
Well, it's just a
Or figure it
sense lesser.
And then the range. Lesser
Yeah.
sense and the range.
Yeah.
So what range
So
do you want?
Yeah, you have to decide how large a range.
How far away am I from the docks?
You're on 3rd Street, so 3 blocks. So I want to say 300 meters, 400 to be safe.
If it's 3 blocks, it's not really a huge deal if you guys just go check it.
It's
Whatever.
13 extra points. You would be able to sense him much easier once we get down to the docks.
Assuming he's
Yes,
around there.
but it's
You can see her. As you turn into the alley, you can see the woman climbing up a fire escape.
Hmm.
Amy
I mean,
will.
we can follow
I
this
mean,
if you
by which I
want.
mean you, I mean Amy and Manuedo.
I'm following them if they're running into the alley.
Hmm.
I kind of like
Amy will
look.
call
I
out,
guess
Maria, wait!
Clicks hops off your shoulder and starts scuttling up the side of the building.
I follow after.
Oh.
And he says, "I'll beat you to the top."
I follow
I'll
after.
join.
I follow after
Follow.
Amy.
Well, I guess we're going then.
Yeah, right. No, that was really good. That was really
Amy doing?
scenic. I liked
Climbing
that.
the-
I liked how that whole thing happened. That was scenic. It was good. Yeah.
What was Amy doing? Climbing the fire escape? Did you say?
Well, Amy said, Maria, wait.
Oh,
And then
okay.
and see if the woman reacted.
She does not stop. You, if anything, maybe she climbs faster, but you can't really.
Amy will
Judge that.
use a quick second to use strength and body to increase her climbing strength. She's considering just how high is it?
4 to the top, 4 stories.
the woman's climbing 4 stories?
She's climbing up a ladder that goes up 4 stories. Yes, she's halfway up now.
Okay, so in that case, how much strength would it take to jump 1 story?
Way too much.
Yeah. Like, first off, it would
But
definitely
I'm
be a greater
magic.
effect. And it would probably be like, I don't know. I want to say as like a ballpark guess, like 40 strength.
Even then, like it's even 40 strength wouldn't just let you straight up do that. You need a good jumping
Yeah.
skill.
Okay, well, if she's still
She's
taking...
climbing. Okay, so she's climbing up. She's climbing up a ladder, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Wow.
Amy's going to destroy a yard of matter, and it's going to
Okay.
be the ladder above her.
Destroy ladder, the part above her.
Kill her.
A yard?
Yeah.
So that's the range is probably like 10, like less than 10 meters. Let's say like 7 meters.
Okay.
And then probably go for. So it's the base cost to destroy plus whatever that is. What is that?
5.
Okay, and then how much damage do you want to do?
Could I instead do control, which is also 5, and just bend it backward enough
Yep.
so that it would no longer reach the other part of the ladder?
Well, you'd be breaking it, yeah, but yeah,
Ouch.
yeah.
So would that
Go
be
ahead.
destroy or control?
Okay. I'll allow
so
you
that's
to
a total,
do it with control, but you'll be like applying this force on the thing to pull it out.
Okay, so that's 8 points.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and use 4 of my own and 4 from my power stone
Okay. So make a roll to access
to
your
do
power
it
stone.
instantly. Okay. I'm waiting for my character sheet to pop up.
Does she
Which
take...
roll is it to access power stone?
Does
It's
she
whatever the skill roll is.
does she
So
take
in this
out...
case, it's
I
matter.
Does
I
she
don't
ta-
know which skill it is what I was asking.
It's matter. It's the whichever skill you're using for the spell.
Okay.
It's like any
I
other.
didn't know if that
Yeah.
was
So
dermatology.
Amy is standing next to you, and she takes out a small, slightly glowing blue stone, about the size of 2 fingers.
I pretty
holds
much
it between-
immediately stopped caring about the woman and started looking at the stone.
Success by 0.
And so Amy looks at the stone and concentrates for a moment, and then mutters a few incantations under her breath. And as you guys watch on, the ladder rips out from the wall above the woman.
Well, how does the woman react?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh.
She sort of loses her balance and grips onto the and loses her footing on the ladder, and basically the ladder is bent out in sort of a 90-degree curve, almost not quite 90 degrees, but a curving away from the wall, peeling away from the wall, and she is holding on to it with her 2 hands, but her feet have lost grip of the ladder.
Okay.
Pleasant.
Mook, Monito, go help her.
Okay.
My way
I-
Amy takes
I'll
Amy
yeah,
takes
no,
a
I can
few
totally do this.
Amy
I'll
takes a
climb
few
up.
breaths.
I'll climb
Uh,
up, like, to below her, and then, like, look, I have enough limbs, I can, like, get her feet back on the ladder and help her down.
Limbs?
Are you gonna like brachiate up there, or are you gonna climb
Well,
the
I
ladder?
mean, brachiating doesn't really make much sense for a ladder. You just climb the ladder; it's the same thing.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm gonna move to help now.
so
Like, Muke's got this, whatever.
no, Muke starts shuffling up the ladder. Are you following him?
Yeah, well, I'll wait for him to shuffle up a
I
decent
mean,
amount.
I'll climb quickly
Yeah.
because I can do that.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So you both start climbing up the ladder quickly, and you reach the top near her, and she's sort of dangling from it. She looks pretty terrified, obviously, And she looks down at you and says, "Stay away from me."
It's all right.
Why
I just want to get
so
your feet back on
afraid?
the ladder so you don't fall.
What did you say? I just want to what?
Get your feet back on the ladder so you don't fall.
Well,
he says,
she's kind of dangling a bit. So that,
and then
It wouldn't
the
be
spider
so-
says,
no, the spider is climbing up to the top of the building. In fact, he's already disappeared over the top.
so the fey creature
yeah.
like is climbing up and goes,
Exactly.
"Rah, rah, 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 rah."
I say,
Well, it's more like
And the spider
Bish.
assures her.
okay, yeah,
it's like,
he'll
"No,
say
no,
that.
it's fine."
He'll say that, and I'll say, well, we're trying to help you down. Well, we're trying to get your footing on the ladders. I
oh
say.
yeah, language.
She's hanging like a good half meter or so out from the side of the building now at this point. So it's not getting her feet on the ladder wouldn't exactly help necessarily, or it'd be kind of hard at least.
Okay.
Okay, so Muke's trying to help. I'm actually gonna get off the ladder and like stand underneath her, like, and not look
You're
up.
gonna climb back down.
I'm not gonna look up, but I'm just gonna be like sort of like there, so that like if she falls, I can sort of catch
Twiddling
her.
your thumbs, pretending you don't notice.
Amy's going
Okay.
to try to start a transform matter spell greater. So she's gonna just start collecting for that and see how it goes,
You
just
need to
in
tell me what the
case.
spell is before you
It's essentially featherfall, but it makes a body much
Transform?
lighter.
not transform matter then.
Oh,
Transform
sorry.
body.
Would it be transform
Maybe-
matter or body?
I think what you want is control body.
Yes.
Basically, you would control it
Okay.
to slow its descent.
Okay, so I'm gonna do control body on her. I believe it would be greater.
Yeah.
Would it?
You're moving things against nature.
Yeah, gravity. Yeah.
It's a greater
I could
control
do it
matter.
the other way
at-
and destroy kinetic energy.
that doesn't exactly work out like that.
She hits the ground
Oh.
like, oh,
It's
I'm
the
okay.
least esteemed
Yay!
task I have been.
Would it be body?
I'm destroying your energy.
That's actually really cool. She like just goes kerk clunk on the ground, like, oh, I'm completely fine. Oh.
Would it be body or energy at this point?
Would what be a lot of your energy?
The
He said
feather-
destroy energy. Control body to if you want to do a real feather fall. What he would do is actually would just destroy kinetic energy, which would maybe momentarily stop her, but then she would immediately be under the effects of gravity again. So then she just slam into the ground. So unless you did it at precisely the exact moment when she just touches the ground,
It would reset.
it's the
It
only
would
way.
It would reset
It
her
wouldn't
velocity.
even-
It would reset her velocity. So as long as I do it like much closer to the ground than 4 stories,
But
it would
even
at
then,
least
actually,
very much mitigate it.
that-
Arguably, if you destroy kinetic energy at that point, it's just like she hits the ground.
Yeah, I was just gonna. Yeah, exactly. Her body would still feel the same force of the immediate stop of movement.
Yeah, but the ground wouldn't hit her back because what hurts you
Yeah.
is you hitting the ground and the exact opposite
That's not
force
exactly
hitting up
what
to
hurts you. I don't like. Well, in any case, I don't want to get into too much details about this. You can attempt that if you
Skipping
want.
science class, I think I'll just go with control body.
Yeah, okay. So
It-
range
So
7
she'll
meters.
she'll start
basically.
she'll start collecting the energy from around while those guys are climbing. So you can tell me how many seconds pass.
I will say it's actually control energy, not body.
It's not. It's control body.
Greater control energy can exert perfect control over a moving object.
Right. Yeah, maybe you're right.
His
Great.
body is literally.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you could do either. You could either do greater control energy, or you could do control. Or no, it'd still be greater control body.
I really need to go to the bathroom. One sec.
Make your decision and live with it.
I'll just do greater control energy.
Energy.
Or sorry, body. I'm controlling the falling body. I'm using.
Okay. Anyways, what are you doing, Muke?
I'm hesitating because I want to try to help her down, but I don't want to grab her because A, I might knock her off, and B, she might panic and fall off. So I'm not doing anything really.
And I'm on the ground. I'm on the ground, like below where she would fall, and I just in
Okay,
case
so nothing's happening.
in
while you
case
guys
she
are
falls,
watching.
I want to like support her head or something like that.
she's sort of dangling, and she's kind of kind of trying to get a better grip or something and pull herself up.
I'll say, please, we only wish to speak to you, nothing more.
As she doesn't respond to that, she's just sort of kicking and she seems to be enthralled in her struggle, basically.
Mm-hmm. We're pretty much a stalemate here, cause.
Yeah, I think we're waiting for the mages to fix the mess they created.
Got 0
another-
points for that.
Look at all these successes by 0.
Okay, I really.
The thing is, if I had rolled 1 higher, I would have gotten a point. But in this case, I don't actually get a point.
Yeah. Okay. As you all stand there watching on at this woman dangling and struggling from the or thrashing on the thing, you start to hear a creak.
Oh, great. I'm just gonna, like... Frick, I can't talk to her.
It seems like it's.
I'm gonna climb up beside her, grab her with... Oh, never mind. Critical success.
Well, you can do whatever you want. You haven't realized the effects of the spell, nor have I actually cast it yet. I'm just gathering energy.
You need to
And
tell
I
me
have
how
one
much
quirk.
energy this costs.
It's 10.
It costs 10? Okay, well,
No,
critical
wait.
success is me.
No,
Make
15.
another roll.
15.
Okay, make another roll.
Okay.
Okay, so you currently have 11. So what were you saying, Michael?
Yeah, I'm just gonna, like... If the ladder's gonna fall off, I'm just gonna climb up beside her, grab her with whatever spare vines I have, and start climbing down.
Okay, so you're gonna start climbing out onto like the part that's part of the ladder that's peeling away from the building.
Yes,
Sorry?
which is totally doable for me.
Well, I mean, okay. Make a climbing roll.
I mean, remember I have
Actually, no,
breaking.
you don't really need to make a climbing roll. Okay, so you start to climb up, and that seems to exacerbate the problem as the ladder peels away quickly from the wall.
Ladders
you
don't
grab-
work like
As
this.
As it does, I'll
It
use
does
my
when there's a
last
metal
2
ladder that's
points.
hanging away from the wall, and you're applying weight on the part that's not attached to the wall. It's going to continue to pull away from the wall.
Yeah, I mean, normally you think it would just break, but...
Well, you mean
Well,
it
I
would
mean,
snap?
if-
It is breaking off of the wall, basically.
I mean, basically what I could maybe do is if I get to her in time and grab her, the ladder will break eventually,
Oh, yeah.
but before that happens, we'll bend down past part of the ladder that isn't breaking, and I can grab onto that.
Yeah, that's currently happening. So so you better make your try. You've grabbed onto her. The ladder is snapping and falling. Make a roll to grab the thing.
13.
To grab the ladder.
Okay,
Something
so
like
climbing at bonus with penalties?
Yeah.
I mean, break is actually... Sometimes you probably get bonuses break here for this as well, but it's like...
I think this is a
Jumping.
dex, not a climbing. You're just grabbing. This is just to get the grip. It's not to climb per se.
Suppose.
As you
Okay.
fall past it, basically. Roll dex
roll
minus
dex.
2.
-2? Remember, I mean, this is like the equivalent of jumping from a branch that's falling off a tree to another branch, in a sense.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Okay, just roll dex.
Aha!
Okay. So basically, the Mook climbed up next to her and grabbed on, and sort of some vines came out from his torso and grabbed onto her. And then as it snapped off and started falling, he reached out with some other vines that came out of his body, grabbed the part of the ladder that was still attached to the wall, and then they sort of swung down and slammed into the side of the wall.
Oof.
I'm going to slow her. I'm using the last 2 points from my own power pool to slow her so that neither of them like hit against the ladder too quickly, and then try to move it down towards Menudo. Menudo.
Move what down?
Her.
They're
She's
attached
the only
to the
one I
wall.
can affect in this spell.
Yeah.
Well,
right, okay.
she's attached to him. He's attached to the wall.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so make a roll to cast the spell. and deduct the energy from your thing. Okay, you
Failure by 3.
you fail to cast a spell. It dissipates in your in your hands as you attempt to weave it.
Bear in mind, if that's damage, you have to roll. Bear in mind that I do wear leather.
Okay,
It's not damage.
I rolled damage.
I will be right back.
Although I
I
think
will let the spell dissipate. I won't use my player luck.
So what happened while I was gone?
basically, Mook climbed up to her, and some vines came out of his body and grabbed her. Then the additional weight caused the ladder to sort of snap away from the edge of the wall. And as they were falling, he with some other vines that he grabbed onto the ladder that was still attached to the wall, and then they swung down and slammed into the side of the wall.
Ow. Are you okay?
Look out, falling ladder!
Oh yeah, actually, there's a ladder falling onto you now, Manuedo.
I'll pull Amy out of the way if she's in the way.
Okay. Well,
Aren't you all
you're the
better?
one that's primarily in the way.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll go out of the way and I'll also like pull her
So you're
aside
just
as
gonna
well.
you're gonna sort of jump out of the way and pull her out as well.
Yeah.
Make a
Basically.
dodge roll.
Dodge roll. Well, is it falling that fast? Can I just move?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine.
Dodge roll.
It
Dodge
takes
roll.
less than a second, or it takes like a second for it to fall from. It's only 2 stories up.
Dodge roll. General. Combat. Dodge.
Yeah, combat. Okay, you succeed. You manage to dodge to the side
Yay.
and pull Amy out of the way as well.
Oh, I should be able to do the alternate retreat regardless. Yeah.
Oh God. Thank God Xeno's not here. That would have been so cutesy. Some sort of response.
Okay. So you managed to grab the woman. Yeah.
Okay, now just climb back down.
Okay.
Okay. I look at Cassandra. Like, what do we do now? Type thing.
I've just been like watching this unfold because I kind of half lost interest in her when you guys left.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just climb to the ground and put her down. Dust myself off.
Clicks come scrambling down from the top of the roof. Where did you guys go?
We.
Oh, what do you have there? He sort of gestures to the woman.
To the woman?
Yeah.
I'm gonna sort of look back between Cassandra and the woman.
Well, as you come down to the bottom, presumably you let go of her.
Yeah.
And then she's it looks like she's about to collapse over, and then you presumably grab her again.
Yeah.
It looks like
returned.
you can see she's bleeding from her skull, and there's blood coming down the side of her face.
The heck have we done?
Well, that's unfortunate.
Hit her head.
I'm going to
When you slammed
repair
into
her.
the wall.
Yeah, I should have used my player luck to slow you guys.
That's what I'm saying. The heck happened?
I'm going to attempt to repair her.
Fortunately, you have a person who specializes in healing.
Yay.
Hopefully.
Okay, what are you doing exactly?
I'm going to mend her skull, I guess, at this point.
Okay.
Since that's
Okay, but like, what are you doing? Are you like applying first aid? Are you diagnosing the problem?
Oh.
Are you casting a spell?
I guess the first thing
Why
I
not
would
just
do
use
is
restore body?
diagnose it and then restore it, because I need to know what I'm restoring.
Okay, so
Oh.
so normally you make a diagnosis roll, but this is pretty plain and clear. Obviously, when she slammed against the wall, she hit her head. She appears to be unconscious, and she's bleeding from the top of her
Doesn't
forehead.
look severe.
There's a fair bit of blood, but if you applied first aid, you don't think she would die or have permanent brain damage. Well, hopefully. I mean, you can't really judge at this point whether she has a concussion or not, but you would hope not.
True enough. Yeah, let's do
You
some
know-
restore.
Does it really make sense for her to take that much damage from the hit when I succeeded my dex roll by 6 to jump to the ladder?
It's not. It's your dex roll was to grab the ladder. I would more suggest than to jump to it. That was a natural result of the situation, in my opinion. Because
Yeah.
you have no way of controlling your momentum other than grabbing the ladder.
Well, yeah,
And
back
it was-
in like
it was-
when I, with
A
how
good
I
dex will
pictured
suggest
him
that I
holding her, she would have hit her
swung
head
the
against
front.
him, not the wall.
Sorry.
well,
With
depends
how
how
I was picturing the
holding it,
situation,
exactly.
Yeah.
she would
I
have
mean,
hit her head against.
with that sort of
against
force,
Mook,
it could have
not
gone
the
either
wall.
way. And maybe she did.
Anyways,
It's not impossible
Restore.
to just hit her head against a bar of the ladder or
I
something.
mean, like-
but...
I don't know. Like
Yeah.
personally, I imagine his Fae is quite smallish creatures comparatively.
Well, this... Well,
They
small,
could-
but...
they have a lot of biological diversity.
Yeah.
But he is scared.
Anyway, mend her head.
Lesser restore body.
Okay. How
which-
much
which
healing
is-
are you applying?
How much healing? Enough to stop the wound and potentially wake her up.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just do it this way. Use the damage column from here. So, normally you'd go look at this damage column from the spell modifiers table and be like, okay, I'm gonna do 2d minus 1 healing, and that is +1, plus 3
So
energy.
just do 1d6.
Yeah,
that's
that's probably
normal.
it's probably sufficient to just sort of probably not to waken her, but to, stop the bleeding and
Make her live. That's pretty much all I really care at this point. So roll. I'm using just straight up my mana pool.
okay, make sure you deduct it. Roll to cast a spell.
Should be that. Should be. Current. That's what I'm supposed to change. There we go.
So after 1 second, you have 3, and you were trying to restore. So that
No,
I-
it was he
What?
used his own mana pool.
Straight
Oh,
up.
okay.
Oops, is that not how you do? How do you do it? Oh, there we go. GM roll. Okay. Yeah. So it there's still blood all over her face, obviously, but it looks like the bleeding stops.
Oh god, what did I just do?
There's a 3 on the map. What are you doing to the
I believe
3?
you saved her life, Mook. I'm sorry for the trouble I caused. I wasn't thinking properly.
So she's stable now, right?
Well, there isn't a concept like that necessarily, but
Well, like
yeah.
no, I'm not saying like
Well, there is actually kind of a concept in, like, medicine.
well, that's what I'm saying. In real life, she's
Yeah, I
stable. I wasn't talking about game at all.
You would actually have
I
to
mean,
diagnose her for that, I
she's not
think.
bleeding. That's what you can. That's
Sure.
what you know.
Yeah.
Now that she's stopped bleeding,
Um,
can I check if she has any other damage?
Any other like injuries?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, make a diagnosis roll.
Yo, chick,
Oh.
what's your
That means a
damage?
search roll.
So that man in the tavern or tavern was it tavern, the pub.
Pub.
That man in the tavern, that man in the pub. He said that he saw Milo there last night in the docks, wounded. He said. Would he still be there?
It doesn't seem likely.
Probably has moved on. If he didn't die from the injuries he sustained.
Well,
Are you checking for burn wounds?
Burns.
well,
She
maybe.
seems to be mostly okay. She does have some. Yeah. She just has some cuts here and there, and there are some. And then obviously the wound at her head, but other than that, not really.
Wonderful. She seems
Well, I'll
fine.
say.
Would Amy be able to restore matter to put the ladder back?
Aren't you like almost out of mana?
She would use ambient.
I know, but
Also, part of the ladder is on the ground now.
yeah.
It's a bit more
Oh, I
complicated
missed.
than that.
I'll say. Well, Should maybe we can take her with her and we can. Ow! Ow! That hurt my
That you?
ears. We can take her with her and maybe we should go to find your friend. I'd hate to see him hurt. Type thing like that.
I will say this: we will look even more suspicious carrying around an unconscious woman.
No, pirates. You don't care about that.
Just figure out then.
Me? Okay, well, I'll attempt to put her like she's like sleeping-ish, right? So I'll attempt to like put her on her back, like so like her head is resting on my neck type thing.
That's
I
gonna
don't
look
understand
so weird.
what you're saying, but
You know what?
you
Okay,
don't need
like
to go
no,
into detail of.
no, like
Piggyback, right?
piggybacking, and like her head is like
Oh,
resting on
okay.
my neck type thing.
Okay.
Except for she has no arm
I
strength.
honestly think
Just-
the princess carry would be more appropriate.
That would
No,
most suspicious
no,
of it.
no.
Actually, sorry. The most suspicious would be the over-the-shoulder carry.
Yeah, that would probably be the easiest though.
The fireman's carry.
Yes. No. Someone on your back could just be sleeping.
Yeah.
So
I turned to Amy. How are you feeling? Considering you used a lot of magic.
I'm fine. I still have a fairly good reserve,
ACT.
and my stone is good as well. I haven't spent too much.
Good. And
Well,
then,
I've probably spent more than your mana reserve. And she giggles.
well, I was gonna pat you on the head, but then I'm just gonna turn.
Amy giggles again and goes after Cassandra.
Okay. What do you? You can just do it.
Okay, I pick her up and then we head towards the docks, I guess.